Hey, good morning. How are y'all? Good morning. Right here. How's my Navarro College family this morning? Man, are y'all in for a treat today? I am so excited to introduce not just James Watson, but he's one of my clients with the SBDC. So this is kind of like a special friendship here, so I'm really excited about that. But let me introduce James Watson to you. James Watson is a certified life coach dedicated to helping individuals unlock their potential and achieve their personal and professional goals. A proud Navarro College Bulldog alumni, right? James earned his associate's degree here before continuing his education at Texas A&M University in Commerce, where he earned his bachelor's degree. He is a proud member of the Next Level Speakers Academy, Dallas chapter, as well as the certified trainer speaker with John Gordon Companies. USA Navy veteran. Thank you, James. Right? James teaches the ultimate competitive advantage from the power of positive leadership, the power of a positive team, and, of course, the energy buzz. Woo-hoo! James will help you and I all discover why you do what you do. What is your why? He is married to his wife, beautiful lady, and they have two wonderful sons. So let's welcome James Watson.
Thank y'all, everyone. Thank y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you're here. Real quick, if you could do me a favor. I'm very interactive, right? So I promise you won't go to sleep again. So if you think that mindset is very important, please stand up. If you're online, please stand up. Oh, before we start too, please make sure everyone got a packet. If you're online, we got emailed to you this morning, I believe, right? Okay. So whether you're in the room, online, wherever, stand up. All right? If you feel like mindset is important. Now do me a favor. If you feel like mindset is extremely important, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Thank y'all. I got a standing ovation.
Yes!
Yeah. All right. You have a seat. You have a seat. Thank you. My name is James Watson. I'm from the head Texas. I did go to school here and also got my bachelor's from A&M Commerce. So I am super excited to be here today. I'm so full. Y'all don't even realize this experience for me. So I'm going to speak to you about the energy bus. Anybody read the book? No. What can you say about it?
It's very motivational.
Very.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's very short. It's a quick read, but it's like it packs a punch.
Yes. It changed my life. Personally, professionally, made me a better husband, a better father, a better leader. It changed the way I view the world, honestly. So I'm going to go over with you the 10 principles today that I learned that changed my life. Before I get started, I promise you I'm going to try to touch all 10. But sometimes I get on one that just hits me in my soul and it just keeps me there for a minute. So, but I promise I'll do my best to get all 10. Okay? So a little bit about me. You can see my picture with my beautiful wife. Been married 18, almost 19 years. And when people ask how long you've been married, I always say not long enough. So fellas, that's the best. If anybody's married, that's the best answer. Not long enough. But that's my rock. Y'all, she is everything. And when I read this book, it really changed our whole relationship. And so for the best. Not even for the better, for the best. Right? You can see my beautiful grandbabies. That's my pride and joy right now. How many of y'all got grandbabies? They are the best. I don't even have to see my kids. Matter of fact, when they come, I'm like, how long you staying, when you going back? Grandbabies can stay wherever. They're there now. I took them to school this morning. Actually, my oldest grandbaby right here in the little cheerleader outfit, she was diagnosed with severe autism about 2 years ago. She's fixing to be 4. And she actually goes to school here in Corsicana. And I don't even know the name of the school. I just dropped her off out there by the hospital. And she has done amazing. Like, she was, tough. And it's tough to watch somebody you love struggle, you know. Not being able to, she's nonverbal. And she will run her head in that brick wall right there when she's mad. So, but the school she's in now is really helping her, one, to teach us how to communicate with her. It's beautiful now. Like, when it first happened, first got the diagnosis, we're like, why us? It's just a natural, why? Why does it have to be my first grandbaby? Why does it have to, why? And I've dealt with this for 25 years. But why does it have to happen to me? But my mindset, right? In reading this book, when everything made the shift, that 25 years prepared me for this. And this is what's important, right? And so now it's beautiful to watch her. When she wants something, she'll come and grab your hand and walk you to what she wants. Now, if you don't give it to her, she's going to get mad. You got to be quick. When she was probably 2.5 years old, one day we bought her a blow-up pool to put in the backyard. And she wanted every day. I don't care if it's 20 below or 100 above. She wants to be out there in the pool, right? So she wanted to she goes to the back door, that's what she wants. We didn't take her outside. At 2.5, she goes and gets the air pump and the extension cord and brings it to us. And I'm looking at how does that even compute in your mind that these two go together? Right? So now it's like, it's an amazing thing. Like, it's not, we don't say, oh, poor. No, it is amazing to watch. She is so intelligent. Like I say, you're smarter than me. Golly, like I would have too, to think that I didn't even know what an extension cord was, and to much less to know that it goes to something that I need. You know what I mean? So, but those are my 6 grandbabies. What's not up there?
Kids.
Yeah, grandbabies are the heart. Right? Oh man, when I tell you they changed my life. Woo. These 2 on this side, or these 4, they're brothers and sisters, and these 2 are brothers and sisters here. So these are from my oldest son. My youngest son apparently still realizing where babies come from, I guess. You can tell they're all kind of the same age, right? Except for the baby. So. But he's figuring it out. So. But anyway, it's just a little bit about me. You told me it was going to be contrary. All right. So how many of you agree that positivity is more than just a state of mind? All right. What does positivity mean to you? And you know what the beauty of that is? It's kind of like asking somebody, what does success mean to you? The beauty of it is, it's what it means to you. My positivity may not be your positivity. Right? If you don't have grandbabies, then you don't know my positivity. When you have grandbabies, you'll like, oh, I get it now, right? Because you can do what you want to do and send them home. Right? Too many times with success, people try to quantify that. I need to make X amount of money to be successful. And that's not true. I need to be what I want to be. Now, then I'm successful. It doesn't matter about money, right? So positivity is more than a state of mind. It's a power that gives teams and organizations the competitive advantage. How many of you come to work, you don't have to, if your boss is watching, you don't have to raise your hand. It's an internal question. How many of you come to work sometimes, you're like, or do you wake up in the morning, you're like, God, I have to get up and go to work today. There's lots of people that feel that way. And when I wake up, I'm like, I get to. I get to go and bless somebody today. I get to go and pour out to somebody today. I get to go make an impact on somebody today. And as educators, y'all touch a lot of people. A lot of people. In a lot of ways you may not even know. There was a guy that he's over our speaking academy, and he went to speak to a middle school one day. And there was he said this is what sparked his founding of the Next Level Speakers Academy. There was a little 12-year-old girl who came to him afterwards and said, thank you, because I was going to kill myself today. Thank you for your message, because I'm being bullied. Nobody cares about me. The only time I feel peace is when I'm with this certain teacher. Right? And so, imagine being 12 and dealing with that. And so he said that sparked. He said, I quit my job. And I knew that this is what I was supposed to be doing. And so I feel that. Like when you touch one person, just one, and you have the opportunity to do that, right? Don't take that. That's not a blessing. A lot of people say you're blessed to be here. No, you're called to be here. And there's a difference, right? So being positive doesn't just make you better, it makes everybody else around you better. You agree with that? But to the flip side of that, being negative, what? Can make everybody else negative too, right? And you can spot that, or I can now, a mile away. I can spot somebody that's already coming in, and when I see that, I'm trying to address that immediately. I'm trying to pour into them immediately to change that mindset, right? We never have bad days, we just have bad moments. So I try to catch that moment, right? Uh-oh. Easy and hard. If you had your choice, what would you be? Be honest. Because I'll tell you, and this is for me too. A lot of people will say, I want the hard until it gets hard. Right? Then when it gets hard, we're crying out. Please help, please get me out of this. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just get me out of this. And there's no movement. Right? And you feel abandoned. You feel lost. But the hard is what builds you. Right? And if you look back over the hard things in your life that are easy now, tying your shoe, how hard was that? Do you even remember? Remember? Because why? It's so easy now. Right? Riding a bike. How many of you fell off a bike? But you kept riding, right? What do they say about riding a bike? You never would. Never forget it. No matter how long you go without doing it, you never forget it. Right? It's only easy now because once it was hard. And when I speak to people, I tell them this all the time. Everything is hard. Being unemployed is hard. Being employed and working for a lot of people is hard. Right? Being single is hard. Being married is hard. Right? So choose your hard. Because either way, it's going to be hard. I tell people all the time, I like to talk to younger couples. I never saw myself being married for almost 20 years. I was too cool for that. Right? Y'all going to hear me reference that a lot. I was too cool for that. But what I like to tell them is that when you get married, it doesn't stop. The hardness doesn't stop. You're just saying you're the one I'm going to go through it with. Right? I'm going to go through this with you, whatever this looks like. And that has sustained my marriage through all the hards. Right? But now people will come up to me and my wife and say, we want to be like you one day. And I will tell them, that's great. But do you know what it costs to be us? Can I tell you the story? This is what I tell them. Can I tell you the things that we've been through? Because I'm an open book. I'm going to tell you everything. And once I tell them that, they have such a deeper appreciation for their relationship. Right? So easy or hard, right? We always say, I want the hard. Life, right? And people. Whew. Think about that. People. How many of you look for peace in a person? I'm going to tell you this. You'll never find peace in a person. Peace is a place. Amen. Right? If you're looking for peace in a person, you'll never find it. Because just think about it. Just yesterday, me and my wife argued for 2 or 3 hours. So if that's my peace, right? I kick my son out the house. If that's my peace, your peace cannot be tied to a person. It has to be tied to a place. That's why you hear a lot of people say, my home is my what? That's where I can go and I can find what? Peace. Right? When your job here, you have to find a place that you can find peace. And it's not in a person. It's not in your boss. It's not in your colleague. It's not in, now you may find inspirational motivation in them, but you're not going to find peace. You have to create a space for peace. Right? So, this thing is a little contrarian, right? So the 10 rules that we're going to go over with today. The story of the energy bus is a story about a guy named George. So I want everybody to repeat after me here, online, and say, I am George.
I am George.
You didn't say it like you mean it. I want you to say it like you mean it. I am George.
I am George.
All right. Now, George is the most negative person in the world.
Oh,
I am not George.
yeah.
Watch this though. To somebody you are. Right? To somebody's story you are. So I'm also reading a book called How to Deal with Complicated People. It's by an author by the name of Ryan Leake. Rule number 1 is, what do you think? We're the complicated person most of the time. We just don't see it. Right? And somebody, honestly, how many times have you said, I cannot deal with Susie? Oh my God, she is so hard to work with. What do you think Susie's saying about you? The same thing, right? So George is the most negative person in the world. He's about to lose his family, his career, everything that he's worked hard for. If I get it wrong, y'all can correct me since y'all read the book. He wakes up one morning, his car won't start. Tires on flat. So he asks his wife, hey, can you take me to work? What do you think his wife says? Nope. If she's anything like my wife, she would have said, I told you months ago to take that car to the shop. No, I'm not taking you to work. Bus stop, 4 blocks down the road. So George is mad, right? Here he's in his suit and tie, he's an executive corporate person, and he's walking to the bus stop with his briefcase. He gets to the bus stop, and the bus pulls over to pick him up. What's the bus driver's name? Y'all can't answer. Now you can answer. Nobody else knows.
Joy.
Joy. So here you have the most negative person in the world who is about to get on a bus and learn 10 principles that's going to change his life from someone named Joy. How ironic is that? Right? Now, of course, he doesn't want it at first. He is very against the positivity. But he has no other way to work. How many times do we find ourselves in that situation? We are against what is really best for us, but we have no other choice but to. And over time, it transforms us, right? And we become a better person, a better leader, a better husband, a better wife, a better parent, right? I lost a lot of relationships after reading this book. One of them was my own son. And I'll get to that story a little bit deeper in a minute, but it was painful, but it was necessary, right? So, rule number 1, you're the driver of your bus. What does that mean?
You're in charge.
Your actions, your reactions. So.
Right. You're in control of where you go, how you go, how fast you go. You know, there's no saying if you want to go far, if you want to go quick, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. Right. Hope I didn't butcher that too bad. But you're the driver. You're in control of who gets on your bus, who gets off your bus, where your bus goes. But there's one thing that nobody ever thinks of when you're the driver. How do you respond to detours? How many, you don't have to answer this question either. How many times do you cuss in your car whenever there's a detour that comes up? You're like, oh my God, I don't have time to go out of this way, but I'll sit here for an hour. When the detour is trying to take you around to avoid sitting there for an hour, right? So being part of the driver of your bus is also how do you respond to the detours in your life? Because you're going to have them. And you can't plan for them, right? So there's so many things outside of our control. And these things, when we try to control them, they lead to anxiety. They lead to depression, right? They lead to different physical ailments, even mental ailments sometimes. How many times have you found yourself trying to control something that you have no control over? The government shutdown. We have no control over that. Zero. But there's lots of people worried about, we can't. Thankfully it's back open now, but we can't control that, right? Other people's actions. How many times have you found yourself trying to control what other people have done to you? Or even say to you? For me, a lot. I used to try to control everybody's actions toward me. I wanted everybody to love me. Let me ask y'all this question. How many of you think counseling, or therapy is, mental health is very important. So you don't have to keep your hands raised, but I'm going to keep mine raised. How many of you are currently doing it? Ooh, me too. I am too. So my first session, I was too cool for that. I didn't need that, right? And I kept hearing people, I said, you know what, I'm going to try it out. It's free. Let me try it out with my insurance. So I tried it out. The very first session I had, the counselor said, what's the problem? And I said, time management. How many of y'all struggle with time management? God, y'all are way better than me. So I struggled with time management. He said, there's no such thing. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, the root cause is overcommitment. Like, ooh. Wow. Yeah, because I was trying to control all of these things, and I wanted to be everything for everybody all the time. I wanted to be the person, when you got a problem, come talk to me. Put it all on me. My shoulders are broad. I can carry it, right? I couldn't. And I didn't even realize that until I had my first therapy session. So now, I have a sign on my door that says no is enough. If I can't do it, I can't do it. And if I can't be everything for everybody all the time, I can't do it, because what I found out is who was paying the price for that? And who else? Yeah. I was saying yes to everybody else and no to them. Not purposefully. You know, I just want to be that guy. I want to help everybody. And I wasn't even helping myself. Right? So now I've taken a hard look at that. And this has just been recently, like within the last couple of months. And I have so much stress gone. Because I can't control what other people do to me. If I told my boss yesterday, if you walk in and fire me today, I'm going to find something tomorrow. Because you are no, and I wasn't, it was just a back and forth. It wasn't like you fire me, you know, it wasn't like that. I don't want to get fired. 7 months I can retire. I don't want to get fired. But my point to that was, I'm in a place now where you can't pull me down. You can't. I'm on a journey, right? And this growth, this energy bus, it's not a destination. See, too many people confuse a bus ride with a destination. But when you read the book, it's about the what? It's about the journey. He gets his car fixed, and he's still riding the bus because it's the journey, right? And so there's 8 or 9 other people that are on the bus that each teach him an important principle. And guess what? Throughout the bus ride, he transforms. His marriage flourishes. His career flourishes. You remember the guy in the book that he fired? And the guy came back. And it was really an integral part of the team. Now the team's flourishing. Right? All because it started with who? It started with George. It started with him. And once he changed, everything around him changed. Right? What about other people's feelings? How many times do we try to control how other people feel about us? If somebody walks up to you and says, and you see this in relationships all the time, Terry, I don't love you anymore. Your reaction is going to be, well, why? Well, what did I do? At that moment, we're trying to control how that person feels about us. What I say now is, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for me too. Obviously, I've done something. I didn't mean to, but I spoke at a virtual conference in South Africa a couple of weeks ago. And what I spoke to them about was how to close the gap between intent and impact. We have the intention to do great, but what's the impact? Because along the way, we have to deal, people be people. People be people. That's what I like to say, right? And we have to deal with that. Somebody puts on Facebook something about you. What's the first thing we do as people? Yeah. Here's another thing. This is what I found with my job. I've learned from my job. and being in the military. When somebody, if I go to Miss Terry and I say, Terry, somebody came to me, if you're a manager, you've had to do this. I got a complaint against you, X, Y, Z. What is the first thing, what is Terry's natural response going to be? Who said that? One, you probably already know who said it. You just want me to confirm that. But two, you're trying to control how that person feels about you. And you have to remember, those people, when they make those complaints, they're coming from their space of truth. Most of the time. I'm not saying it's the one truth, but they're coming from their perspective. And once we learn that, I'm okay with you complaining on me. Because I know what I've done was with the purest of intentions. Maybe you just didn't see it. What about adversity? How many times do we try to control adversity? What I like to say adversity is life. How many times do we try to control life? Think about, and I can personally attest to this, how many times do you try to control if somebody passes away? I know I hear a little something with that one, because I've done it. Right? How many times do we try to control when somebody wants to leave our life? Whether it be relationship, whether it be whatever, friendship, whatever. And you will drive yourself crazy trying to control that, right? What about other people's opinions? This is where I was going to get to Facebook. Somebody posts something about you on Facebook, what is your natural reaction? Somebody's going to call you and tell you, because most times you won't see it. You see what so-and-so put about you on Facebook? Wow, let me go look and see what they're going to put about me. And then you immediately want to what? Respond back. But I'm in such a positive place now, I don't even feed into the negative. Negativity has no room in my life anymore. Was it easy? No. It was hard. Was it painful? Yes. Was it necessary? Yes. Did I lose relationships? Yes. Did my circle go from here to here? Yes. Am I a better person now because of it? Yes. Right? What's the most important thing? Whose well-being? Mine. And you know, some people, when I ask that question, they'll say, well, my family. You're going to fail. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm the lender, not the borrower. Right? I have to be in alignment because my family is designed to get my overflow. If I'm not full, they don't get it. What about other people's mistakes? Parents. Any parents in the room? How many times do we try to control the mistakes our kids make? I just learned this, right? And I wish, I'm looking at my kids now. My oldest son is 30. My youngest son, who's one of Miss Terry's best friends, is 26. And they live with me. At 26 and 30. Why? Because I try to control every mistake they ever had in life, and they don't know how to deal with hard right now. Whose fault is that? That's mine. So if you have young kids, take advantage of that. Because now I'm trying to instill this in a 30-year-old and a 26-year-old. And the 26-year-old knows everything. Everything. He asked me one time, how come you didn't tell me about that? I said, because how can I? You already know it. You know everything. I don't know anything. I'm just 52. You're 26. You done lived it. Right? But how many times do we try to control that? I don't want my kids to, here, just picture. How many times have you given your kids everything that you didn't have growing up? We felt like that was our obligation, right? I'm guilty of it. I'm telling you. I've done that. And it didn't work. My oldest son went to college. He got a Division I scholarship to play football. I pushed him so hard. He was 5, I made him play with the 8-year-olds. Don't judge me. He had an emergency appendectomy at 12. 2 weeks later, I had him on the football field playing. Because the doctor said he could play. I didn't ask him, how do you feel? Doctor said he could play. right? He got a Division I scholarship to go play football, University of Louisiana Monroe. At 17, he's playing against Alabama, Georgia, all these big schools. Who was happy? Who was struggling? I never even asked him, do you even want to play football? The conversation never, the thought never even crossed my mind. What do you want to do? So now he's 30, and I don't even know what his favorite color is. I don't know what vision he has for his life. I'm trying to learn that now, but man, look at the time I lost, right? Because I was trying to control my mistakes and theirs, right? Instead of just letting them happen. Just at 17, I'm in the Gulf War. 18, just graduated from high school. At 18, my kids were having the time of their life.
Yeah.
Right? Big difference. Right? I'm over here at night, inwardly, saying, my God, what have I got myself into? Imagine being 18 years old, and in the middle of the night, I'm on a ship, middle of the water, and the siren goes off, general quarters. We might be under a, what do you call that? Like the gas stuff. God, man. Can't even remember now. Anyway, and you have to don all this stuff. Gas mask, blood, everything. Do you know how many people were crying behind those masks? I was one. I do not. I'm 18, I don't want to die. I signed up for it though. Easy and hard. See, it was easy. Oh yeah, I want to go. That'd be a great thing for me. That'll teach me how to be a man. Yeah, it did. It did. That'll give me benefits later in life. It did. But man, it was hard getting to that point, right? But there's things that we can control. We can control our attitude, our effort, our behavior, and our actions. We are in control of us. And I can remember when I first started working at my job now. I'm fresh home, I'm young, I'm full of energy, I don't have that energy, I don't bounce like I used to, right? I'm probably 22, 23, and there was a guy he was in a restraint where I work at. And I'm ready, I run up and I'm just ready I just want a piece of the action, right? And he looks up at me. This is why I know I'm destined to be on this journey. He looks at me and he said, your mama's a bee. Oh. Yeah. And just instinctively, I don't even know where it came from. I looked at him, I said, man, I thought I was the only person that thought that. Busted out laughing, restrained. To this day, he will run up and give me the biggest hug. Right? But I took what could have been potentially a negative situation and turned that around. And didn't even know it back then. But now I see it. That's why I'm destined. That's why I take a calling. Your life will position you for your calling, right? So you're here because you're called, right? And you can control your attitude, your actions, your behaviors, right? Small adjustments in energy make a big difference. Y'all agree with that? The smallest thing. But see, we're so focused on the stage that we forget about the stage is. We all want to be the president. We all want to be the dean. We all want to be the director. We all want to be this. But what does it take to get there? Right? Can you steward this first? Right? Can you handle this first? I see it all the time with the younger generation that's come to work where I work. And they start on a Monday. By Friday, they want to be a supervisor. By next week, they want my job. Week after that, they want to work in Austin. I'm like, God, please, like, y'all are moving fast. You don't even have any experiences to help mold you, right? I had a lady yesterday, she come and talk to me, and I said, just sit. This is trying to teach you something. Just learn the lesson. She said, it hurts. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to hurt. Life is going to, look, the pain will leave when the lesson is taught. How long that is, I don't know. Over time, your choices add up. And I tell my sons every day now, I wish I would have been this type of father 20 years ago. My kids would be so much more serious. My grandbabies, they're going to be the president. They're going to be everything. Right? I'm going to pour everything to them, right? But over time, I tell my sons, every morning you have 2 seeds. You wake up with 2 seeds, a choice and a chance. And the choice you make will determine the chances that you get. There's people that I work with and I don't have time to do this. You have the same 24 hours that I have. What choices are you making? What chances are you getting? See, I made a choice. I want to pour out everything that I have to everybody. And because of that choice that I made, I met Miss Terry. Right? Who is? Ooh, she's powerful, y'all. I'm sure y'all know. But she's great. I love her to death. But it's led me to chances to be here with y'all today. Right? All because I woke up with a choice to make. Do I want to continue? What is my next? I've reached the point to now where maybe I can retire in June. I'm eligible. Now, if that's the plan, that's the plan. And I'll retire and I'll do whatever's next. But I'm going to have a choice because of the chance that I took. Right? I don't have to say, my pension's not enough. I can't live on that. Because I have the choice and the chances to fix it. And I am. Right? 3 to 1. What does that look like? Ratio, right? So, well, y'all gonna get a kick out of this story. So, I read a book by Dr. Barbara Fredericks called Positivity. And in the book, she talks about to be a successful business, you should strive to have 3 positive interactions for every 1 negative. Ooh, that was a game changer. Because I was too cool. I was never wrong. I was always right. About everything, right? What do you think a marriage is? A relationship. 5 to 1. Almost double, right? Now imagine walking into your place of business or where you're at now, whatever, and you're in an environment where there's a 1-to-1 ratio. Or you're in a relationship where there's a 1-to-1 ratio. I don't know who I'm getting today. I might get the nice Terry. I might get the nice Michelle. I might get the mean one. I'm walking on eggshells every day because I don't know who's. I'm just trying to keep my head under the radar. I don't even care about getting praised for what I'm doing right. I just don't want to get caught doing nothing wrong. Right? Even 2 to 1. How do you think people feel in that environment? In that relationship? Do they thrive? No. They don't. But a 3 to 1? A 5 to 1? So a couple of months ago, me and my wife were going home from work. She's got a pretty stressful job. And I love her, y'all, with everything in me. If she was here, I'll tell the same story. But man, every day it's like, get in the car and it's just complaining all the way home. We ride with her. My boss even suggests, maybe I just don't need to ride together. Maybe so. So she says, I said, my God, you are the most negative person I've ever met in my life. What do you think her response was? What do you think she said to me? Well, why are you with me then? I said, exactly. That's the exact point. Have you ever seen a fire truck pull up to a fire and put out the fire with fire? No. They have to use water. You can't fight negativity with negativity. But in my mind, I said, woo, dude, that's your negative interaction. Man, it's 5 o'clock. You got a short window to do 5 good things to make this up. And of course, she don't know anything about this. Right? So I get home. What do?
Cook dinner.
Woo!
I wash the dishes. Not only did I just wash the dishes, I dried them off with the towel and put them in where they go. I didn't even put them in the rack, right? I put the towels on the wash. I fold the towels, I put them up, right? I did 5 things. And we went to bed like nothing happened. And to this day, she doesn't even really, I know it, but she doesn't. But because I was cognizant of, I recognize, bro, that's your one. How many of you talk to yourself? Man, I would have full-fledged conversations. Right? Man, you done messed up. It's 5 o'clock. How are you going to do 5 good things? I done it. I think the dishes is what got it, though. I don't hardly ever wash the dishes. I don't mind cooking, but I'm not going to lie. This is our argument. Why don't you ever wash the dishes? Why don't you ever mow the yard? That's a fair argument, don't you think? I kind of say I'm kind of outnumbered here. Don't you think that's a fair? You don't want to answer, do you? Amen. Yes, ma'am.
I do mow the yard.
Congratulations. Number 2, desire, vision, and focus move your bus in the right direction. What is the key word in that sentence? Desire, vision, focus move your bus in the right direction. The key word is vision. Because you got to have a vision before you can have any desire, any focus, or anything else. Right? Helen Keller has a, I'm sure y'all have heard it. She has a quote that I love. And she says that the only thing worse than being blind is living a life with no vision. Imagine that. We have the gift of sight, but we have no vision. Where are you going? And then you, watch this. I'm going to talk about me. My kids at 30 and 26 are struggling. Why? Because I had no vision when I was younger. I couldn't lead them where I didn't know I was going. Now I have a vision. Now I have power. Right? Now I have a journey. Now I have my sights set on a destination. Right? Once you have a vision, how many of you heard these people are visionary leaders? You know what people do to visionary leaders? They follow them. Even if they don't like them, they follow them. Because at least I know where you're going. Right? You must have a vision for yourself and your team and your customers. And a conviction to see that vision realized. Now, what's the key word in that phrase? Conviction. All right? How many of you committed to something? How many of you convicted to it? Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference. Remember when I talked earlier about being married and I said, you're the one I'm going to go through? Yeah, that's a conviction. That's not a commitment. How many people renege on commitments all the time? How many times have you seen a pastor preach or be a preacher, be a pastor, and through it all, they still remain? Why? Because they're convicted. You can't walk away from conviction. Right? The picture of conviction, when I say conviction, what is the first thing that pops in your mind? You done committed some type of crime, you're in jail. You can't walk away from that. Right? So when you learn to transform your commitment into a conviction, then you become powerful. Right? Now you have a vision. Now you can handle the detours that are going to come along while I'm driving my bus. Right? How many of you know the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, just appease me as I tell y'all the story. Right? 3 Hebrew children, teenagers, won't bow down before the king Nebuchadnezzar, right? So what does he do? He won't put y'all in the fire. He tells the guards, turn the fire up how high?
7 times.
What does 7 represent?
Perfection.
Completion. I'm going to do y'all in. I'm going to kill y'all. I want that fire 7 times higher. Fire's so hot, the guards take them to the fire. What happens to the guards? They die. So who puts them in the fire? There's nobody there to put them in the fire. Who put them in the fire? They put themselves in the fire. Why? Because they had a conviction. They could have turned around and walked away, and nobody would have known. But they had a vision, and they were convicted to see that vision come to pass. So they get into the fire. How many times do you get to the fire and it's too hot and you're like, oh, no, ain't nobody here to put me in. I'm going to turn around and go the other way. Not knowing that the fire was meant to burn what had you bound. So they get into the fire. They're in there for a while. The king sends somebody down there. What does he go back and tell the king?
Somebody else in the fire.
That's right.
Huh?
Somebody else is in the fire.
He said, man, we put 3 people in there, right? He's like, yeah. He said, man, I see 4. Not only do I see 4, man, they partying.
I know.
Like they are dancing. The king's like, what? No way. That fire 7 times killed the guards before they even got in there. How are they partying? I got to see this for myself. He goes down, sees they're dancing. Now, how can you dance if you're tied up? He pulls them out of the fire. The story says their hair doesn't smell like what? Smoke. Their clothes are not singed. But what burned? The ropes that had them tied up. Right? Because of their conviction, what had them bound was burned. And the king said to them, from this day forward, he said, look, man, I don't know what God y'all serve, but from this day forward, me and my whole country, 3 kids who had a conviction changed the whole way a country viewed and served. 3. Right? That's how powerful a conviction is. Right? Don't just get so stuck on commitment that you don't see the conviction. Right? Vision is powerful, right? It inspires and it excites. It's very easy to understand. Most of y'all don't know me, but I promise you, when I leave it, I'm going to say something that's going to resonate with you. I don't know that dude, but I'll follow him. Right? And that's not being cocky, that's my conviction. And when you're, I can't get out of it. I told y'all, when you get that conviction, see, I can walk boldly now. Right? I'm walking in my purpose, and it's no longer a question of who's going to let me, but who's going to stop me. Right? That's how powerful the conviction is. Sorry, I had to say that. It's very few words. Walt Disney, what is their vision statement? What is their mission statement? To do what? 4 words. To make people happy. That's it. Now, when we think about Disneyland, Disney World, what is the first thought that comes to your mind? Who goes?
Oh,
Kids. But who takes them? Yeah, a big kid. Right?
I'm retiring.
A big kid. Right. But they know that. So if their focus, if their vision, if their mission, if their conviction was to make kids happy, I'm not getting nothing out of this. So they want to make everyone happy. I know a guy that I work with that's been like 20 times. And his kids are grown. His daughter got married there. Yes. Now they take the grandbabies there. Like, I'm dude, y'all got a stake in the company or something? But like every 6 months, y'all are going to Disneyland. But it's because they're happy. And they have an enjoyable experience every single time they go. Right? And then it encourages action. Your vision. See, the problem is, and I'm just me. The problem is, some people are struggling because they don't even have a vision. And they wonder, why am I stuck here? You don't even know where you're going. I always like to tell people, picture a car. Picture the gears. How is it made? What's the first one? Park. Which means what? You just sit there. Even if the car's, watch this, even if the car's running, you ain't going nowhere. What's the next gear? What does that mean? You're going back through everything that you done went through. Right? What's the next one? Good or bad? Depends on what side of the mountain you're on. Right? Then what? What does drive do? What's after drive? 1 and 2, right? No. What is that for?
Low and high.
Yeah, what is that for?
For hills or.
That's for when the load gets a little bit too strenuous, a little too hard to carry. Let me shift down in that drive 2 for a minute. But here's the thing, that's just a temporary place. Because if you continue to drive and drive 2, what are you going to do to your transmission? You're going to tear it up. So you got to know when to be in drive 2 and when to be in drive. And when it's okay to be in neutral. Because if I'm coming down the hill, neutral's okay. If I'm going up the hill, That's a bad spot to be in. Or even, watch this, a lot of people get complacent when they reach the top of the what? The top of the hill. So if you're in neutral at the top of the hill, where are you going? You're sitting there. I've achieved my success. Okay, what's next? You had one, your vision was one thing?
Finish the journey.
Yeah. And what does that look like? Right? Are you okay with just getting there? How are you going to get back? How many of you get in the car and you don't put in the GPS? Even if you know where you're going. I know how to get to Corsicana. I know how to get to Navarro College. It's just a habit now. I'm just putting in the GPS. How many of you get in the car and go somewhere and don't put it in the GPS? And you just aimlessly riding around. Right. If you're going somewhere you don't know, let me rephrase it. You're going somewhere you don't know. Do you put it in your GPS or do you just get in and go and hope you find it? I'm going to follow the person in front of me. What if they don't know where they're going? See, that's the danger of vision. I hear too many people tell me, I'm just going to ride your coattail. What if I go wrong? I ain't perfect. What if? If is a very powerful word. What if, right? Have your own vision. It should be a call to action, right? And then vision focuses on the future. What is the definition of faith? It's the substance of things hoped for with the evidence of things not seen, right? Vision is a clear and compelling picture of the future, of what could be fueled by what it should be. Same thing, right? So we tell people all the time, walk by what? And not by what? So I'm telling you, walk by vision and stop walking by sight. Because sight will tell you, I'm just going to tell you, I like to talk about me. Sight will tell me, you are too fat to run to the end of that road out there. You ain't going to make it. You're going to fall out. And then my sight is right. But vision says, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, roll. Whatever you got to do, you just get to the road. Right? Take the bus. Get on there with joy. Let her teach me some things, right? That's the power of a vision. So no longer do I look through sight. Helen Keller said it. Seeing is cool. But the word, even worse than that, is having no vision. So now I live a life of vision. If I tell you I have 20/20 eyesight, what does that mean? It means I can see 20 feet ahead of me. Right? A lot of people say, oh, you have perfect vision. No. I said eyesight. That ain't got nothing to do with vision. But if I got 20/20 vision, now what do I got? I can see 20 years ahead of me. See, I know where I'm going now. I have a vision. I know. I can see myself being in front of 1 million people. Now, will I get there? That's my vision. I wrote it down. I made it plain. Without vision, what happens? People what? Perish. They perish. My kids perished because I had no vision. And I'm man enough to say that. Right? It also says write it down and what? Make it plain. So that a layman can pick it up and walk with it. What does that mean? That means when I step in the door, you see this vision dripping all over me. I told you, I don't know that dude, but wherever he's going, I want some part of it. I want to follow it, right? Even if I'm just following from afar. That's how inspiring the vision is. Now, you don't get it twisted. I didn't say my vision. I said the vision. How many times have you made plans for your life, but there's only one plan? So don't get it twisted that my vision or your singular vision is that's what's it. Because being a driver of your bus comes with what? Detours. And how are you going to respond to those? All right. Number 3, fuel your ride with positive energy. You got to fuel yourself to fuel others. How full are you today? Your calling is to pour out to people every single day. How many of you know you can't pour from an empty cup? How many of you have given your blessing away to somebody else? Well, they need it more than I do. No, not no more, not in this season. No, my blessing is for me because I have to be full because the people around me are meant to get my overflow. But for years, I gave away what was mine, what was meant for me. Right? How many of you, when you pull up to the gas station, do you look at the gas pump and you say $2.47 for the regular, $2.90 for the mid, and $3.27 for the premium? Let me get that regular because it's cheaper. How many of you do it? Okay. Talking about mindset, right? I run nothing but premium in everything. My car, truck, my old beat up farm truck that I go hunting and fishing in, my lawnmower, my weed eater, everything has premium. And it's not about the money, it's the mindset, right? If you fill your car with $2.47 gas, you'll fill your life up with $2.47 people. Because it's a mindset. And you wonder, why am I not getting what I deserve? Because you're running on regular. That's why. What is premium fuel designed to do?
Burn cleaner.
Burn cleaner, right? It reduces the risk of what?
Right
Pollution.
Clogging up your fuel injection system, right? But you would rather run regular because it's cheaper. Now watch this. I get my gas in Sefco. I put my points in the pump every time I go. Yesterday when I filled up, gas was $3.22, $3.24. And I've been so much now to ask, hey, do you want 25 cents off at the pump? So now I'm paying, watch this. Now I'm paying mid for premium. Because I've been faithful. Right? Every time I go now, it says, do you want 25? Yeah, absolutely, but I'm still getting premium. Right? Now watch this, if gas dropped today, and premium was now $2.47, that you're already used to paying, and regular goes down to $1, would you still pay that $2.47? Or would you go with? See, I'm focused on premium, regardless of the cost. It doesn't matter, because of what it's designed to do. My fuel injections is not going to get clogged up. I don't know about you. I don't have $10,000 to put a motor in my car. I do have 26 extra at the pump. And so do you. It's all about a mindset. Now, how full are you? I am so full every day. Not only am I full, I'm full of premium every day. Now, how many of you will ride your car till that red light comes on? You got 60 miles. Now to tell you, used to, you would say, oh, I know my car. I got about 50 more miles. Right? So here you are, watch this. Not only are you running on regular, and it's building up all this trash, now you're running on E. So when you continue to run your car on E, what does it do? It sucks up what? All the trash that's in your gas tank.
Did our husbands hire you?
No, maybe I can't confirm or deny that. How's that? I don't want to say the wrong thing. You're running regular and you're running empty. And now you have all this trash. And you're wondering why.
And if somebody needed you, you wouldn't have the gas to get there.
You know one thing my daddy taught me a long time ago, and I never understood it until I needed it one time ago. Every night he would fill the car. Why are you doing it? He even made a charger can. This was back when you could do that. You can't do that now. But he had a charger can at a gas station. And every night he would fill the car. I'm like, dude, why do you do that? You never know. That's right. Guess what? One night my mom had to get rushed to the ER in Waco from a head. He had filled the car before we left. So now what I do every night, I'm going to fill my car up every night. Because I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Now it's a little different because now you can pay it, pump, and you might can get it at night, but I'm not taking a chance. I'd rather know. I can lay my head down at night and know if something happens, I can go. I don't have to say I got to wait for this gas station to open. I don't have to say I got to wait and put new tires in the car. When it's time, I'll put them on. Right? So how full are you? Ask yourself every day, how full are you? Because you are called to pour out. If you're not full, you're not pouring. And people are not receiving. And students are not getting what they need to be successful. Y'all, I got a bad back. Y'all going, I'm fat, but I got to kick it over to the table. Students are not getting what they need to be successful. And whose fault is that? Be honest. You won't grow unless you can be honest with yourself. Everywhere you go, right? It's our fault. We have to stay full. Right? Now, I got a strategy for fuel. The F stands for feed the positive. The U stands for uplift your mind. The E stands for encourage others, and the L stands for love it. There's a story that John Gordon tells, and it's a book I read called The Positive Dog. Y'all ever read that? So a young man goes to his father and says, Daddy, there's 2 dogs in the backyard. Which one's going to live? And the dad thought for a minute, and he said, the one that you feed. So we have 2 dogs inside of us. Which dog is going to live? See, a lot of people would just jump to say, oh, the positive dog. Not if you don't feed it. The dog inside of you that you feed is the one that's going to live. Uplift your mind. What are you doing to uplift you? That may look different for everybody, right? But do something to uplift your mind daily. Encouraging other people. Do we really do that? Some of us do. Some of us will teach people to a certain point. Some of us have had people like that in our life. I'm going to give you everything, almost everything I got, but I can't give you everything, and then you'll be what? You'll be better than me. But that should be the goal, right? A leader is judged by succession. You're judged by how well your students do. Right? I'm going to tell y'all know Miss Cantor, right?
Yes.
She was one of my college teachers. And I spoke at the Chamber of Commerce banquet a couple of weeks ago, man. When it was over, she came up and hugged me so tight. She said, oh my God, I love that. I'm so proud of you. How do you think I feel? That was amazing, right? And for her to come tell me that. And I probably was in her class at 24, 25. I'm 52 now. And it still means something. Right? That's the type of power you have. That's the type of power that you have. To plant a seed in somebody. See, too many times we want to plant a seed and we want to see what the harvest is. It's not your job to see the harvest. It's just your job to plant the seed. Just plant it. And too many times we compare our harvesting season with somebody's sowing seed. Just sow the seed. Plant the seed. What helps the seed grow? Water, sun, thunderstorms.
Coffee.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Right? But all we want is sunshine. We view storms as a bad thing because it tears away things, tears up things. I don't look at that anymore like that. Storms remove things that just are blocking my way. So I welcome the storms. I welcome the rain because that's what's going to make me grow. Right? And then love. If you ask me today, James, do you love your wife? And I say, oh, I like her a lot. Well, you'd be like, what kind of marriage do y'all have? You don't love your wife? How many times do you ask people, do you love your job? That's all right. Or, I love my job, I just don't love the people I work with. Right? See, again, you're focused on the person. You're looking for peace in the person. Right? I love my job. I love what I do. My job is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. My work is 24/7. My job is serving. My life is serving. I'm called to do this. Just like you are. Right? So plant the seed. And wake up every day with, I love it. No matter what. Navarro College, you're the one I'm going to go through it with. Students in my classroom, you're the one I'm going to go through it with. The people's lives that I touch daily, you're the one I'm going to go through it with. Because it ain't going to be easy. People are going to people. right? E plus B equals O. This probably is the one thing that changed my entire life, y'all. The E stands for events. And we've already determined that there's events that happen in our life that we can't control. The P stands for perception. How you view the events that happen to you will equal your outcome. So I have a difficult personal story for this, so make it through it. I got a lot better with it. So January 6th, 2023, my mom called. She said, hey, I need you to come to the nursing home and talk to these people about the burial plot next to your dad. I'm like, for what? That's ridiculous. That don't make no sense to me. If I talk to anybody about a burial plot, it would be the funeral, not the nursing home. So did I go? Too cool for that, right? On January the 8th, the 7th, January 8th is my oldest grandbaby's first birthday. On January 7th, we're heading down to College Station to celebrate her birthday. My mom calls me on the way down there. Now she calls me by my middle name. I know what that means, right? My middle name is Henry. So she said, Henry, did you? I said, no, Mama, dang. Why are you worrying me with this? My gosh. It don't even make no sense anyway. I have plenty of time to come talk to them people about what you want me to talk to them about. Click. 1 minute, 47 seconds. The last time I ever talked to my mom. The next day, I'm in College Station at my grandbaby's birthday party. They called for a nursing home. Hey, we're going to send your mom out to the ER. She's got a UTI. Cool. She's had a million of them. All right. My wife said, you want to go back? I said, no, we'll stop when we get back. So we stay. Come back home about 7. Stop at the hospital. She's out of it. But just normal for her. We sat in there probably 10 minutes, so I tell the nurse, here's my number. Just give me a call. You know, I'll be back in the morning. Check on me. So, and this is how disassociated I was with this shop. 11 o'clock, my phone rings. I said, why is the hospital calling me? I answer the phone like, Mr. Watson? I said, yes. We don't think you realize how sick your mom is. We don't think she's going to make it through the night. I'm like, what? How? She wasn't even sick. She always gets a UTI. So I go back to the hospital. This time, now she has like everything, all the tubes and all that stuff. And I'm beating myself up. And the nurse comes in and says, this is what's going to happen. And it happened exactly like she said it was going to happen. And I'm beating myself up because, and just think about the choice, easy and hard. I stayed at my grandbaby's birthday party. I didn't go do what she asked me to do because I said I had plenty of time. So I sat in there with her. Eventually she passes away. It hurt. It broke me. Imagine the pain of losing somebody you don't get to say goodbye to. And no matter how hard you try, you don't get that time. Right? I beat myself up, y'all, for a minute. And I went to a speaking conference. There was a young man on the stage. And he talked about losing his mom to breast cancer. So of course that made me feel some type of way. So after it was over, I said, hey man, you got a minute? He said, yeah. I said, how old are you? 23. How old were you when your mom died? I was 12. I said, I'm getting chill bumps just thinking about it. Here I am crying about 50, and he only had 12. You're talking about seeing it in a different perspective. Right? But even still, I struggled. Even with that, I was telling myself, you're blessed. Because a lot of people don't get 50 years. He only got 12. 6 of those probably don't even remember. Right? Fast forward to January of this year. And I'm praying. I'm a praying guy. God, please take this pain away. Please help me through this. Please get me in a better place. No movement. So now I'm mad. So January, how many of y'all get mad? Yeah, it's a real thing. Right? Told you I'm bold now, so I get mad. My youngest daughter calls. My aunt had passed away that morning, January 24th. So I'm in with my uncle. I was 7 minutes, all I got left. With him in Waco. She calls crying. She needs to go to the ER. I'm like, baby, I'm in Waco. So I got my son taken to the ER. Her appendix had ruptured. So we're coming back to Manhattan. Get a phone call. Hey, she's in surgery. I said, I'm almost there. We get there. We're in the waiting room. The doctor comes in after the surgery and says, hey, everything's good. We got everything out. She's going to be okay. We just took her to her room. 3 of y'all can go. So me, her mom, and her grandmother jump up, go to her room. And as we're walking to the room, I'm texting Tip. I'm texting my wife. Hey, she's good. Finna go see her in the room. Look up. The same room where Mama died. And when I tell you I thought I lost it the first time, I broke completely. All the way. And the first thing I said was, God, why did you do this to me? You know what I heard in my soul? You asked for it. You asked for strength. And if I got to take you back to where it all started to get your attention, then that's what I'll do. He took me all the way back to where it all started. And I couldn't even go into the room and be with somebody who needed me. And I went home. And I called my boss. And I said, hey, this is what happened. And I was expecting her to say, oh, that's terrible. You know what she told me? Oh, good. Now she has both of y'all. Perception. I was like, whoa. Woo. That night I said, thank you. Thank you for the strength. I went the next morning. I called, what do you want to bring anything? Can you bring me Starbucks? I'm like, God, I don't want to pay $10 for no drink. Yes, I'll bring you Starbucks. So I took her Starbucks and I sat in there for an hour and a half. And I didn't see my mama laying in that bed anymore. All because I had a different perception. And that different perception led to a different outcome. Right? Used to, I couldn't even tell this story. But I've healed enough to where I can talk about it. Right? It's all because of the E plus P equals O. Where did your eyes go when I first got to that picture?
In the middle.
Because Ryan has what?
Like,
It's got a frame.
frame.
Yeah. When you get into negative situations, when you get into sowing, when you get into hard days, reframe it. Put it into something pretty. The night before my mom's funeral, I had one of my best friends come up there with me. And we were talking. And I said, man, I know it's got to be hard for you. You buried your son at 21. He said something so powerful. You talking about perspective. He said, yeah, but it's going to hurt me even harder when my mama passed. I said, why? He said, I knew my son 21 years. I've been knowing my mama 55 years. I said, whew, golly. Perspective. I never thought about it like that. Right? And then so I got to thinking it doesn't really, a relationship is a relationship. Whether it's your son, whether it's your parent, whether it's whoever, right? There's nothing that says it hurts me more to go through this than it does this. It's going to hurt regardless. It's going to be hard regardless. How you see the world determines the world you see. How you view the world today is going to determine what you see. When your boss gives you a directive, and you go in and you say, we gotta do X, Y, and Z, how do you think the people are going to respond? You're telling them, I don't even agree with this, it's stupid. I don't even want to do it. But if you go and say, hey, guess what? Woo, we got this new thing, and we get to be the first ones to try it out. Now how your people? Oh man, what is it? I want to be a part of that. I don't even care what it is. I just want to be a part of it. You ain't got to tell me. I'll just go. How many times have you told people, I don't even care what it is. I just want to go now. Right? Perception. Abundance will flow into your life and gratitude flows out of your heart. You got to give to get. When I first started the speaking journey, I was all about what can I get from it. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be on stages. I want to be this. What can I get from this? But guess what's more important to me now? What can I give? Come on, man. What can I give to you? What can I give to a student who I may be all they got? What can I give you? I don't have to give nothing. I told you earlier, I was telling you earlier, I'm in a thing called 1% Challenge every morning at 6 a.m. The guy speaking this morning said, y'all ever heard of Eric Thomas? It's your homework, go Google it. He said 99% of us do it for the applause. 1% do it for the assignment. Ooh, think about that. You got into this profession for the applause or for the assignment? So why are you looking for peace in a person instead of the assignment? Dr. James P. Gills. At 59 years old, y'all know who he is? He completed 6 double-man triathlons. At 59. I couldn't do it at 29. And they asked him, how did you do it? And I asked you earlier. He said, I learned to talk to myself and not listen to myself. See, if I listen to myself will tell me, you're too old. You can't do that. That's too much for somebody your age to be doing. He said, but I talked to myself and I told myself, you're almost there. Come on, man, you can see the finish line. Just keep going. See, our mind will tell us we can't do it, but our bodies are made to do it. The body will heal itself. We can make it through if we just talk to ourselves. Number 4, invite people in your bus and share their vision for the road ahead. People got to know where you're going. I want you to get on my bus because I'm the driver of my bus. But I got to tell you where I'm going. It's important that you know where I'm going. It's more important to know where you fit in. What's my seat on the bus? I'm going to skip through some of these, guys. Number 5, oops. Don't waste energy on those who don't get on your bus. There are going to be so many people who do not want to get on your bus, and that is okay. That's all right. That don't make them bad people. They're just not part of your business. Or you're not part of their business. So don't waste your energy on those people. Spend your energy on those who want to get on your bus. Me. Number 6. I think I tore this up, man. Post a sign that says no energy vampires allowed. What are energy vampires? When somebody walks in that door and everybody's like, oh, I don't even want to. I don't have the time or the energy to deal with this. Right? Those are energy vampires. So post a sign. I know it says a door, but post a sign on your heart. No energy vampires allowed. Because right now I'm not strong enough. I'm going to get to a point in a minute to tell you where I'm at. Right now I'm not strong enough. So no energy vampires allowed. I'm not going to allow you to suck the positive energy out of me. All right? Here's some truths about complaining. 1, if you're complaining, you're not leading. I heard a pastor tell us one time, if you're not leading, you're just wandering. You know how many years I've wandered? Whew. Now I'm a leader. Right? Now I don't complain, I contribute. Stop complaining and start contributing. What can I do to change this? What can I do to make my class better? Right? What can I do to make Navarro College better? What can I do to make Corsicana better? What can I do to make Navarro County better? What can I do to make the state of Texas better? Right? It all starts with one singular idea of what can I do to make something better. Complaining is like mine. You feel good, and I done gave you out of my jump. But now you're sick. I don't know about y'all, but if you throw up in front of me, I'm going to throw up. That's just me. I can't take that. But when I learned that, I was like, you know how many times, watch this, you know how many times I've carried around bags I didn't pack? And picture an airport. I get to the airport with bags I didn't even pack. And I put it on the scale. And it's too much. Now what do I got to do?
Pay for it.
Come on, y'all. I'm carrying baggage one I didn't even pay. Now I got to pay for it. We got to learn to not take on all the baggage from everybody coming to complain to us. Refer them to the person that can fix it. If you don't want me to tell them, don't come tell me. Because I'm going to tell them, hey, so-and-so came to me. They said this is their issue. I can't fix it, but I know you can. Man, I think I really tore this thing up, y'all. I don't know the word right. This is me now. I welcome the energy vampires. I welcome the negativity because I'm strong enough to change that. I promise you, you are not going to leave my presence without feeling good about something. You're going to forget what you even come here to complain to me about. This is how you get people when they come to your office. Guess what's behind them? Pictures of what? Now my grandbaby's back behind me. Somebody sits down there mad as hell, and they sit down there ready to tell on the world. And they say, oh, those grandbabies are so cute. Oh, I know. Let me tell you all about it. And then, well, what did you come in here for? Oh, it don't even matter. That's simple. Little reverse psychology that I learned. But it works. It works. So I can transform negativity now. Did y'all see how I lit up when I was talking about my grandbaby? Imagine that when somebody was coming in, they they're mad at the world. And now we're talking about grandbabies. Now we're talking about dogs. Now we're talking about everything, you know. How do you address energy vampires? What's the biggest word right there? I went to go help a facility in Lubbock. And they said, how are y'all so good? And I seen that they had their notepad and they were ready to write down 15 things that was going to change the world. I said, love. They said, huh? What do you mean, love? Love. I don't know any other. We were given 3 things: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest is what? Use it. Use it. It's a gift. Use it. All right? Nobody wants to be a negative person. Something happened. Something happened to them. All right? Golly. Be brave and help them transform. Listen to them. Follow up with them. Be consistent with them. Get support. I told y'all I'm a therapist. I tell you, I do it. And then learn and grow with them. And then the biggest thing is what? Believe in them. If I tell you, Miss Terry, Michelle, I have faith in y'all. And the world's going to be very nice. That sounds good, though. If I say, woo! Oh, I believe in you! Boy, y'all are going to take this thing to a whole nother level. Now you're like, woo, let's go. What wall are we finna run through? Because I'm ready. Right? Belief is that power. Faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. What do you think belief can do? The power of believing in somebody. Right? Number 7, enthusiasm attracts more passengers. I bet you'll get on my bus, won't you? Because I didn't stand here today before you and say, rule number 1, drive up your bus. Right? I energized. I told y'all ain't going to go to sleep. I'm going to keep you on your toes, right? But enthusiasm attracts more people. There's something about you. I can't put my thumb on it, but I want it. And what do I got to do to get it? Right? We talked about this a while ago. I love my job. I love traveling and speaking and pouring into people. I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000, it don't matter. I love that. I love serving. I love giving myself away. Because that's what I'm going to be judged by. My dash. Right? Oh. How many of you have a culture like this? I'm one. You can count on me to be enthusiastic. Somebody walks through our building on Friday and say, woo, man, I'm glad it's Friday. I say, yep, 2 days closer to Monday. They're like, guys, you know how to know. We get to start all over again. Come on, how exciting is that? You spending so much time looking towards Friday, you missing Tuesday through Thursday. Come on, enjoy the ride, right? Or do you stick your head in the sand? Just hope it goes away. I don't want to deal with it, right? Or is this you? You crying because it's Monday, and you smiling because it's Thursday. One more day, right? Number 8, love your passengers. How many times have you heard that word today? Love your students. Love your colleagues. I had a supervisor who came to me a couple of weeks ago and said, I need you to move these people out from under me. I said, no. He said, why? I said, because when you can learn to treat the people that you hate like you treat the people you love, now you're doing something. So no, I'm not going to make it easy for you. Right? Love. Unconditional. Here's some truth about love, right? You can't lead somebody if you don't invest in them. Why am I here today? Because Navarro College loves all of you enough, here, online, everywhere, to invest in you. I ain't the world's greatest, but I'm better than some. Right? And I don't mind pouring out my whole entire soul to you. Right? And then when you love somebody, you want what's best for them. Even if that means you're better than me. I want you to be better than me. Number 9, drive with purpose. What's your purpose? Why do you get up and do what you do? Right? Purpose drives everything. Purpose drives it all. So ask yourself, what's my purpose? Why did I become an employee of Navarro College anyway? What am I here to do? What do I want my purpose to be? I speak future, because I have a vision. What is my purpose? How's my purpose going to be? See, I can tell somebody no now. Because if it doesn't align with my purpose, my passion, my vision, my values, I'm not going to do it. And I don't feel guilty no more. Where I used to feel guilty of that. Purpose is your anchor. Think of it like that. What does a ship with no anchor do? I'm a Navy man, so I like to talk about ships. What does a ship with no anchor do? It's going to go wherever the water takes it. If you don't have a purpose in your life, if you don't have an anchor in your life, if you don't have a purpose in your career, if you don't have an anchor in your career, you're just going to drift. And you're going to go wherever the water takes you. Some days, the water might not be moving. It may be beautiful. Some days may be a storm. You may end up shipwrecked. Have a purpose. Have an anchor. The last one, I'll leave y'all with this. Have fun and enjoy your ride. Have fun. Enjoy. I told y'all, I thought I had all the time in the world. Now I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy my ride. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to close with this. In March of this year, my wife has been on me for years. You need to have a colonoscopy. I'm what? I'm too cool for that, right? I'm not going to do that. June, you need to have a colonoscopy. I am not going to do that. Finally, okay, whatever. If it'll get you off my back, I'll have it. So I had my first ever colonoscopy at 52. And I will never forget this. The doctor walks in and says, it was over. I woke up like, woo! It's cool. I don't even feel nothing. I'm good, right? He says, you had one small polyp that we removed, but you have a really big tumor that looks like cancer. This was just 7, 8 months ago. And my world shattered again. Like, why do I keep getting broken? Right? That's what I'm asking myself. I get in the car to go home, and all I'm thinking about is my grandbabies. Like, man, I ain't 52. So I go back for the follow-up. They says, we have to do surgery. We have to remove the whole right side of your large intestine. And we'll take the small intestine and we'll hook it back up. I said, so no bag? I'm just gonna be transparent with you. He said, nope, no bag. I said, whew. But I still tried to quit the surgery. I was too scared to have it. Knowing what the alternative is, right? So on July 3rd, I had the surgery. I got the scars to prove it, right? And I remember the next day, the doctor walking in, and he said, are you moving? I said, well, they got me up last night and had me, you know. Well, he said, no. Are you moving? He said, your healing is in the movement. I said, ooh, see, I take things a whole different way. Ooh, the healing is in the movement. See, you're hurting because you ain't moving. You're hurting because you're stuck. You're hurting because you have no vision. Right? You're hurting because you have no purpose. Find your purpose. Find your why. And then stop waking up every day like it's an accident. And wake up every day to chase your purpose. I'm James. That's my time. Thank you.
Thank you for all the people that watched online. Thank you, Navarro College family. Woo! Let's give it for James. Oh, I need to give you this gift. Yes. Oh, I know, right?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.